Hi. How is everybody doing? Oh, this is going to be fun today. This is going to be fun. We're going to be doing some logo design, more specifically monograms, and I'm going to design some logos for you. And it will be interesting. It will be a challenge, and hopefully we're all going to have a little bit of fun as well. Can I ask a quick favor? The YouTube thing on the back end is saying that there's an error with the stream, the video resolution. If there is, just give me a shout, let me know. But I'm using the same settings I always use, so I've got no idea. It all looks good to me, so hopefully it looks and sounds good to you as well. Hello to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for joining again. Hello, Sema, Reese. Sema, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to jump in. Graphic Up, Dr. Abdal, Leon, Algeria DZ, Saif Gaming YT, YouTube. Hey bro, I'm ready. Please call my name. Oh, there you go. Check. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. The skating choreographer, also known as Jimmy, welcome back. Alok, hello, good to see you. Vikram. Oh, I appreciate we've got the regulars in here today. Hello. I'm expecting Mike Phelps to join any moment now. Where are you, Mike? The Thesis, The Archaic Way. Sharif, hello. Excellent. Right, this is going to be a lot of fun. Mike Phelps, Mike is there. Of course he is. Absolutely. Right. Okie dokie. Huxley, hello. Welcome. Kai Peterson, first time able to catch one live. Been loving these. Oh, excellent. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here on the actual live. Okay, so, right. What we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to do some logos, probably predominantly some monograms. And a monogram is typically like a motif made up of one or more letters. And they can be like intertwined and look really cool. You will have seen them before, and what we're going to do is we're going to pick some people from the chat, and I'm going to just have a go at designing some with your name initials, and we'll see what happens. As always, this is live. Everything could go wrong, but it could also turn out pretty good. And the reason I thought to do this is because usually I'm pretty good at coming up with ideas that involve combining letters. It's something I do quite a lot, just when I'm kind of bored, actually. I have quite a lot of fun doing this. I'll get an idea in my head. So I thought, hey, let's give this a go. And if it does all go wrong, well, we can all just have a laugh at my expense. So there we go. Everyone wins. Possibly, except me. Right, cool. So what we're going to do for the first one is I'm going to ask you to do something. And the first person to do it is going to be the first one to get a logo. And I don't know why I'm waving the pen stylus around. I think I feel like a bit of a teacher now. Right. So, okay. This might not work, by the way, but we'll see. The first person to type in the chat the French fries emoji. Go. This is a little bit of fun for me as well. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? The live stream is looking crisp and sounding good. Excellent, Vikram. That is good to know. God, the suspense. I'm going to assume I'm still live. Is everyone searching for the emoji? It's fine. I'll just chill. I'll just take it easy and chill. Hey, there we go. Oh no, what was going on? Oh, we'll be getting errors in the chat. Whoa, what happened? The chat died. It was all locked up. Oh no, was it me asking to put French fries just completely broke the chat? Or was that just like, was that a coincidence? Was that a really unfortunate coincidence? I was just like sat here like, hey, is anyone going to post anything? Whoa, I think we broke the chat. That was everyone searching for French fries. It just completely died. Okay, well, we'll do that again in a bit. We'll do that again and we'll see if we can break the chat once again. Okay? And if that doesn't work, we'll have to figure out something else. Right, first person was The Thesis. Congratulations. Thank you to everyone for posting French fries. All right. Oh, pressure is on. What should we do? The Thesis. All right, we've got TT. TT. Oh, that's an easy one, that is. That's an easy one. Careful, Dan. Famous last words. Let's see if we can do just something a bit more creative. Let's thicken this up. We'll play around with a few ideas and see where we end up. TT. It's like a little bridge or something. All right, okay, we'll do that. And we'll squish this one in. Actually, I think I'll use a mouse for this. It's probably a bit easy with a mouse. Usually using a stylus is really good for sort of drawing. But actually, I find a mouse a little bit easier for the more basic stuff. TT. Okay, what else can we do? We could try and nest these. TT. Could I have one longer? That might look a bit weird. Not sure about that. We could do something with some italics as well. And these don't have to be uppercase, by the way. Like a cross, maybe? Something interesting there. Right. Let's experiment with a bit of italic. I don't use this tool that often, but shear is a pretty good tool for quickly italicizing something. Of course, this is a stroke, so it's not going to italicize the top, which is unfortunate. So I tend to just kind of throw in a box and use this to kind of just, you know, obviously I'm not going to leave those white boxes there after, but it's good to just kind of get an idea of how it's all looking. Oh yeah, it doesn't italicize that either. Okay, right. Scrap that box idea. What we'll do is expand these. This will be a much better way to italicize everything. Go back. This is a destructive way of working, unfortunately. So, you know, once you do this, unless you do this with a specific angle, so you can press return and you could shear this by 11 degrees, and then if you need to go back, just go minus 11. That's one way of doing it. There we go. Got a little bit of italics there. TT. Any other interesting ways we can combine the letter T? This is really a good exercise in creativity as well, actually. There we go. Lots of T's. T. And guys, if you've got any ideas as well, feel free to help out. TT. Let's try it inside a box, actually. Let's see how that looks. We'll throw down a box. Make it black. Make the T white. Yeah, this could look kind of cool. Let's thicken it up a bit. There we go. Chunky T. Could take that all the way to the edge. Let's do a version like that. We'll drag this over. Maybe bring it down. And this is something I always go on about, is that spacing around the edge. I'm going to try and keep that nice and consistent. We're not measuring out too much here because, you know, I want to kind of get the design looking good. We've only got one T there, unless we add another T inside the T. That could be interesting. There we go, TT. And all the times I critique your work and I kind of go on about the little details and all this spacing, blah, 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 all that stuff the Ginger goes on about, you can throw that back at me now, because if I'm not following my own rules, then that will make me a hypocrite. I quite like that. We got a T inside of a T. Squish it in, again, spacing around the edge. Right, we've got a box. Anything else we could do to make it more interesting? Could we bring these sides in? Maybe. Maybe, baby. Oh, that's a bit weird. Yeah. I think that would look better if I angled out the sides as well. So as I mentioned, we're going to have to expand. Let's expand it all. Just to see if this idea's got some legs. I don't want to write it off because it might look kind of cool, but so I'm just selecting those anchor points and then using the scale tool, holding shift and then scaling from both sides. Great way to just kind of, you know, so you see I can adjust the length of this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's giving me like Transformers vibes. You better fish it up. I'm not entirely sure what that means. I think I might have missed something. Something about fish. Right, let's try a hexagon. Let's try something a bit different. T. Whoa. Okay, so you can see it's not scaling anything there. So from the transform panel, we want to scale those strokes and effects, just so it doesn't mess up the spacing. Everything I've just spent the time kind of getting right. Don't want to mess that up. Otherwise, I know you guys are going to quite rightly criticize me. Come on, Dan. You give us all this crap on Tuesday about our spacing, and you're breaking your own rules. God, that's not on, is it? Dunno. Rounded corners. Well, if I'm going to start rounding corners, I'm going to have to round off everything else. And I'm going to try not to spend too long on these because I do want to try and try and get a few in there. It'll be quite fun to just get a bunch going. So I'll try not to take too long, but I think I always say this and then I end up getting distracted. Right, let's just do that. Choppy, choppy, choppy. Okay, the thesis. Throw out a color. What color would you like? In fact, yeah, pick two colors. Pick two colors or one color, whatever you like, and I'll try and make it work. Obviously, I'm eyeballing this here. Normally, it would be good to do it with a bit more precision, but this is fine. Zoom in nice and close. We'll eyeball it. Get everything looking good. Yeah. Maybe a shield. Bring that up. Ooh, yeah. Do you know what? I think I'm going to go with that because, well, Why am I going to go with that? Because the top of the shield is flat, which kind of works with the... Come on, Dan, what are you saying? The top of the letter T as well, or those two T's, it kind of works there. So let's throw these on the side as well. Yeah, there we go. So we've got the angle at the bottom, but we don't have these kind of pointy up bits that are kind of interfering with the shape of the T as well, because the T at the top is very, very square, and so I can have the square sort of shield kind of encapsulating that quite nicely. But then we've got the angle at the bottom. Ooh, I'm pretty happy with that. Right, now all this spacing here, I've just tried eyeballing that. It's probably slightly off, so just I would go through and just check. If you're gonna have a design like this, where you've got lots of lines that are pretty much the same width, they should be the same width. I think if they're going to be different widths, you need to be able to look at it and go, yep, these are different widths. Whereas if it's almost the same but not quite, to me it's just kind of sloppy, it's just like a lack of attention to detail. Right, the thesis, that looks like a Spartan helmet. A little bit, yeah. Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. That would have been, a bit more time, that would have been a good one to play around with. Mandalorian. Sage green. Excellent. Sage green, right. What on earth is sage green? Sage green. Ooh, okay. Nice. Oh, Googling, I get a few different colors, but maybe something like this. I don't know. There's a few other ones there. Let's go with... Yeah, there's a few others. Something like that, maybe. A bit more yellow. Yeah, that seems to be a bit more like a sage green. That's what I'm going to go with. Right, let's expand this. Try and tidy this up. Shape Builder tool is great. As you can see, this is a total mess. Boom, ba boom. Ba-ba-ba-boom. Da-doo. If you followed any of the streams before, you know that the Shape Builder tool can cause a lot of problems, but when you're conceptualizing like this, it can make pretty light work of quite a lot. There we go. Boom. Sage green. More sage green. Do we have two shapes? Any anchor points? There we go. Leftover anchor points. That is exactly why we do whatever we do. I don't know where I was going with that, but that's why you always check, because if you get leftover anchor points and you try and merge shapes, it will do unpredictable things and it will give you a headache, and nobody wants an unnecessary headache. Now that is quite sharp, very angular. Sometimes rounding corners off can be a really interesting way to get a quick win. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Let's try a rounded version. Just straight rounding off all the corners though, that doesn't, do you know what I mean? Like, look at this. You got like a smooth corner there, and then this gap is not consistent. In fact, I'll try and show you a trick. I might have demoed this before. Hopefully this goes correctly. The best way to get a perfectly round corner, and sometimes I do this in the wrong order, so I'll try and do it correctly. Got one there, one there. Yeah, so mimic the corner. Let's drop the opacity on that so we can see underneath. So I'm mimicking the corner radius, and I'm going to copy and paste in place, scale this up until it hits that other shape. So you can see it's almost pretty much hit that shape. And then what I can do is I'm going to grab this corner, and double click. You can see the corner radius there. Now I'm going to go up, keep pressing up. If you need smaller increments, just hold down Command or Control as well until I match that circle. So 9.2 seems to be the magic number. Let's click OK. And you can see now we have a continuous width all the way around that corner. And I know the value is 9.2 pixels. So let's paste that in there. Boom, ba-boom. Maybe it's the same here as well. Let's try that. There we go. Consistent width. What about this one? Not sure. I have a feeling that is not 9.2. No, it's not. Completely different size. So let's grab this circle again. So we're going to go to the top of the white bit. And then we're going to go down here. Oops, sorry, I'm still looking at sage green. I've got the chat on one screen and sage green on the other screen. Hello, video maker, Roger, welcome. Hey Dansky, I'm a big fan of the channel, and even though I only do graphic design as a hobby, I appreciate your concise, informative videos. Keep it up. Amazing. Amazing. I'm glad they're really, really helpful. You don't use Sketch. It depends. Depends on the logo. Sometimes I sketch out ideas. Actually, no, that's not true. If I'm doing a proper logo, I will sketch out ideas a bit more freehand. But when I'm just having fun, I will just literally I find it easier and quicker to use shortcut keys, very quickly create shapes, add letters, blah, 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 in Illustrator, and just quickly jigsaw them together. And you'll probably see a bit more of that later in the stream. Right, so I've got this one here. As you can see, it's slightly off, but whatever. Good enough for now. We'll make that bigger until it hits. And then I'm going to drag this in. And then got to find out what that... Oh no, which one was it? Was it this one? Yeah. Find out what that is. 16.6927. Okay, let's copy that to the other side, and hopefully this looks terrible. I mean, good. That's what I mean, good. Okay. I think it felt a little bit too hard and angular before, so I don't... I think it is cool like that, but I don't know. It felt like a little bit too angular. I kind of like the rounded edges. It doesn't really look as much like a T anymore, but yeah, just looking at it now. Is there anything else I can do with that? And I can't round off that corner anymore because there's 2 points on top of each other. This is something that happens, so let's get rid of that. Make sure we connect these back up. If you get duplicate anchor points, you can forget about rounding anything off. It just won't happen. So let's try and round that one off now. God, it really is becoming very helmet-like, isn't it? And I could go and do this with the other half. Yeah, it's probably quicker, actually. I was just thinking about deleting the other half and then just copying and pasting the other half over, but actually if we just round this all the way off. Oh, I don't know. What do we think? Square, slightly less square, or really definitely not square and a lot more curved? I like the rounded ones, but they kind of lose a bit of the definition of the T for me. And they look, they definitely look abstract. Unless, just one more idea, and then we're gonna jump on to another one. What about if we flip this around? I know I've just spent ages making some sort of Spartan helmet. Bear with me here. What about if we just do that? If we literally just do that. Right. There we go. Sage green. God's sake. Oh, what a waste of time, man. Useless. There we go. I'm sorry, but that's way better. Right. Oh, dear me. Hey, this is the name of the game. This is just what happens. Okay, so at the moment it's all strokes. We need to clean that up for sure. Let's go that. And we'll merge these together. So let's just check Yeah, we'll merge these together as well. Now what I could do is I can do two versions here. We could do one version where I knock out the white. So completely just punch it out, and that's like your solid color version. There might be another version I could do actually where I sort of have this green color, but then pick a complementary color. Something like that perhaps. And then bring it inside. So we got double T, TT, two T's. There we go. Yeah, so I think one of those, possibly. I think if I had to pick, I'd go with the one on the left because it just, you know, it looks cool. It'll work on one color. In fact, let's just do what I love to do. We'll throw down a color. We'll pop this on there. There we go. Sage green. The thesis, TT. Boom. Done. Mike Phelps says simplicity for the win. I know. It's just unfortunate, but very necessary that we had to go through that whole process of doing the Spartan helmet. Chemo says, middle one for me. That was the middle one up here. What else? Middle one seems nice, says the thesis. Mike Phelps, second option is giving me Mandalorian vibes. Not necessarily a bad thing. Hopefully you like the Mandalorian, the thesis. The thesis, if you don't mind, what's your actual name? Like, I always try and remember as many names as possible. Don't worry if you don't feel comfortable sharing a real name, but it's always nice to try and remember real names rather than usernames if I can. But I do give it my best shot to try and remember. Is that Tome or Tome? Tome? I was going to try and write that phonetically. Yeah, I'll go with Tome. Tell me if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, though. The thesis win. Or Tome, sorry. Okay. Right. Oh, well, we might break the chat again. Antio, hello, welcome. Okay, right, we'll try it again. If the chat breaks, then, well, Tome. Okay, Tome, amazing. I'll try and remember that. Let's pick an emoji. Right, it's got to be something. Oh, hang on. Okay. Are you guys ready? I'm going to shout out an emoji. And then I think this works, apart from the obvious, breaking the chat. But okay. The emoji is, and you have to type this in the chat as quick as you can, the poop emoji. Oh, you can tell I'm enjoying this, can't you? All right, let's pop the... Hey, it's working. We got some poop. Fantastic. That is excellent. The thesis. I'm just going to write that down just so I remember. Okay. Excellent. Great. Great to see so many poops, everyone. Elizabeth, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Who was first, though? Who put the first poop? Hello, Sajal from Nepal. Lewis Hughes. Lewis Hughes. Congratulations on being the first pooper. Excellent. Right, let's put the thesis to one side. I've got a giant artboard here, so... And this is fun. Like I said at the beginning, this is a really good exercise. And it's nice to see the process, I often go off on a random tangent. We started up here with this, and we just kind of snaked our way down here, got into a Spartan helmet, and then ultimately ended up with something super simple. Okay, Lewis Hughes. All right, let's have a look. Is that Lewis Hughes? Yeah, Lewis Hughes. Right. Sorry, I had to pick the poop emoji. I do have a tendency to be a little bit childish sometimes. I got 2 kids. I'm a big kid. It's just the way it goes. Right, this is sometimes how I like to work. TT was pretty straightforward, so I thought, hey, I'm just going to draw the letter T with the pen tool because it's easier. But for something different, it's probably quicker just to grab a font. Lewis Hughes LH. Now I'm going to do this uppercase and maybe lowercase as well, just to see. Obviously uppercase, lowercase letters can be very different. Would I do... Could do something like that. It's always fun trying to think of interesting ways to combine them. Now obviously these letters, I can't change these. So I'm just going to expand that. So now I can actually edit these as regular shapes. So that's a super quick way to just kind of give yourself a head start. Could do something like that. Oh, it's kind of like a, I don't know, like a hand, sort of. Not really sure. Oh no, this is going to look a bit rubbish, maybe. I don't know what that is. LH, right. Let's take a breath. Let's think up some interesting ways to combine LH. And you can, of course, go on Google and type in LH logo. That is one way to do it. I'm going to try and avoid doing that here just because otherwise sometimes you can kind of, you see something you like and it'll get in your head and then your design kind of can skew a little bit in that direction. Oh, little baby H. I mean, we could do that, I suppose. Baby H. There we go. Oh, super cute. Right. Ooh, I wonder if there's a way we could integrate them like this. Let's try it, shall we? Okay. So we'll need to block this off. So we need to make the L identifiable and the H. Is that like a shopping cart or something? So this is the problem, I think. Yeah, you can sort of see the L. The H, I've kind of decimated it somewhat. So Alok says an archway. I suppose we could do lowercase, actually. You've just given me an idea, Alok, actually. What about if we literally did this? LH. Make it a bit smaller. Do you know, I do quite like that, actually. It feels like too easy. It feels like a bit of an easy kind of win. But like, obviously, like, this is, right. This is typographically correct, having this part thinner and all that, blah, blah, blah. But what I would do is I would redraw this myself because, you know, my style of logo, I wouldn't taper it in like that as part of the logo unless there was a certain reason. So I'm going to draw an arc, another arc. Let's give this a go. And the great thing about drawing them like this is I can control the stroke weight as well. So I can thicken it up or whatever. I get full control. So let's... Could make a cut here at... Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, let's try this anyway. We'll see how it looks. Bring it in a bit. Ooh. Something like that, maybe. And this bit here, do I... Oh yeah, I might actually bring that all the way over. Let's do a couple versions. There's something about this bit here, you can see, because it's even though it's kind of geometrically like precise, there's just something about here where this kind of angle comes in quite sharp and this bit's a bit kind of flatter. And so I think I might actually do something like that. Lewis Hughes. What do you reckon? The L in place of the middle of the H. I mean, I suppose we could. Let's play off this a bit more. Could bring them closer together, I suppose. Just so there's a bit more of a relationship there. Bring it down a pinch. Bring it all down a pinch. Slightly lower center of gravity. Dansky, the Seth Rogen of graphic design. Yeah, sure. Do you know what? We'll just spark up a joint and and see what happens. What could possibly go wrong? Apart from the old Bill turning up on the front door. Hello, hello. What seems to be going on here? You are literally doing the first thing that my Google popped up. Yeah, there we go. My style is very simple, so it's kind of, I just sort of look at ways I can fit letters together, which is kind of obvious. Like, it can be quite obvious, but that's why it's a good exercise in creativity. Combining any two letters, the first results you get on Google are probably the most obvious. But I think the thing is, like I say, it's either finding more creative ways or it's taking something simple and kind of putting your own twist on it or executing it well. Some concepts, some logos have a great concept, but they technically don't quite execute on it. And that's something I've kind of pointed out quite a lot on the design review streams. There's some great ideas and they just need like a little bit of tightening up with the technical side of it and the detail side of it. And I think that would sort of take them from kind of good to great, in my opinion anyway. The archaic way says plain seat. Yeah, it does. It could be a lot of things. It's like a chair. Yeah. What if you use a different color on the L and the H? Yeah, we could do. Lowercase L looks like an I. Yeah. I think, it depends. Like it depends on the letters. If we went uppercase, it would definitely be a lot more precise. Mitsubitsa, yo, yo, yo. Welcome. Good to see you again. People won't recognize that was an L. No, they won't. And I think if this was like a logo, hopefully it would have a bit more context. Like you might have Lewis Hughes written alongside it. Ding. Do you know what I mean? You might have the Lewis Hughes like there, or you might have it squished down here, and I've spelled Hughes wrong. Oh, I spelled it wrong again. Hughes. So let's throw a Lewis Hughes in there just to kind of seeing as we're going down this route. Let's just see if it does have some legs. And I love the font Satoshi at the moment. It's a really kind of simple, clean, sans serif font. Lewis Hughes. So we'll pop this in there and just see how it looks. And I might try and see how it looks. We'll size the width up there. We'll go Lewis Hughes. Line those edges up. Oh, I'm obsessed with this sort of stuff. Line it up, line it up. Are you lined up? Yes, you are. Very good. Yeah, we could do that. Boom. So there's lots of ways you can do it. I'm specifically kind of going to focus more on the monogram mark itself, but yeah, there's lots of ways you could do this. And I think, when you've got, look at like the Nike logo. Nike is just like a tick, isn't it? But it's, obviously that's a bigger brand, but usually there's more context around it where the logo's printed. It might be on a sign or it might be an advert, and obviously we're just looking at it in a very abstract sense. at the moment. Lewis! I'm just playing around with the tracking at the moment. That's the spacing between all of the letters as a unit. Oh yeah, I'm sure there's some potential there playing around with that sort of stuff, but I quite like this, to be honest. I do like it, I think. Unless, could we do one more thing to it just to make it a little bit extra? Oh, no. Good example where we don't want to scale the strokes because I'm happy with that width. Oh, I got an idea. I've got an idea. What about if... What if we bring this down like that? We're going to cut straight through there. And I'm going to line this up. So kind of nice little detail there, just sort of like there's a slice. Lewis Hughes. Maybe we could extend that down so it doesn't look totally weird. Bring it up. Oh, do you know? I do kind of like that. I'm sorry, chat. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just like I'm hyper focused on trying to bang out some really good designs here. So I'm trying to multitask. I'm trying to do as best I can. So bear with me. Musaf. Hello, Danny. Oh, that's nice. No one's ever called me Danny on here before. I think that's what my mum wanted to call me, Danny, and we ended up going with Daniel. John Steed, Mr. D. What about an H and J? Hugh Charles. Very good. I'm glad I kind of read that out and sort of muttered it at the end there. That was funny. You got me, sir. Well done. Fair play. He's in the groove, says Reese. I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying. He's cooking. Yeah, something like that. I do like that. You know, I mean, we could go eight, we could go H and L and do something super fancy. Maybe we should. Maybe we should, actually. I'm just sort of saying that. Maybe we should. We'll just try one more. I don't want to... With this, I try not to settle too much on the first idea I get. I try and kind of just experiment, maybe stare at the screen a bit. Oh, hang on. What about, instead of that, what about if we go with a plus? What about if we go with a plus? And then the plus could be part of the H. Maybe. Let's try it. Let's just whip this up. In fact, this is probably a good example where it would be helpful to just use the graphics tablet, but I'm kind of... I'm in a bit of a flow state here, so I'm quite happy with how this is going. Right. Plus L. That doesn't look like an H anymore. So you can see that as you start to kind of... You can use negative space very cleverly, but as you start to kind of... You've got to put it in the right place. Because if you don't, it can break it all apart. Come on, Dan. Think. Think, you bloomin' ginger. Right. It's got to look like an H. It's got to look like an L. I feel like there's an idea there. I bet you guys are like screaming at the screen. I bet there's a really good idea there that I just can't see. How about two L's become an H? Right. I'm usually terrible at interpreting what people say in the chat into something. Two L's become an H. How would two L's be an H? Or do you mean like flip it round? Like H. Maybe we could have four L's. Lots of L's. There we go. Ta-da! It's like a little space invader. Is that a little head? There we go. We got a person crawling on all fours. Done. Ta-da! I plus L, says Celeris. Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. Do. Gil says L, duplicate, reflect, vertical. Oops, where are we gone? Ba-bum, bum, bum, bum. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? I'm just sort of coming back to this one now and having another look at it. Now we've kind of played around with some other ideas. That's a B. We definitely don't want to do that. Oh, that is a tricky one. That is a tricky one. Let's throw it on an angle, see how it looks. It can sometimes look quite cool. Let's check on the chat and see if there's any ideas in there. Snack says the LH with the little wisp at the bottom look like Lewis Hughes text. Lewis Hughes text could float out of the bottom of the L. It's really good, actually. I mean, I don't think I quite understood what you meant then, because it's quite sort of difficult to interpret it. But when you guys say these things, it does spark ideas. Even if it wasn't what you meant, what I'm doing, definitely does something. Ooh, could be an idea there. Maybe. That's obviously a U. That's no good. L. H. Whee. Kind of looks like a B. Could be an H. Do you know, I think I actually quite like this one. Like, I know it makes it a lot easier having the context of the name there. It's almost Spider-Man, lol. Yeah. It's hard to explain what I mean. Yeah, no, I think you explained it fine. It's just hard for me to understand it. That's the problem. Just, yeah. I think someone said before, we need to try and figure out a way to do like a whiteboard session. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but where everyone can just kind of scribble their ideas down. And I can see them. The best is the simplest one. Yeah, that is sometimes it. And, you know, there's probably loads of other things I could do. But Lewis Hughes, if you're still in the chat, do you want to throw out a colour? Throw out one colour, two colours, whatever you like, and we'll try and finish this one up and do another one. Right. Oh, this is fun. I'm enjoying this. Are you guys enjoying this? This is a lot of fun. Kebab says this is cool. Yeah, no rush, Lewis. If you think of any colours you'd like, I think I might go with this one. You know, I feel like there is another idea there. There is another idea that is just eluding me a little bit, which is going to bug me. If it comes to me, though, I might mock something up later on. But little H and L, don't know. Yeah, maybe something like that. Or a tiny plus. Oh, whoa, that is a giant plus. That's no good. Let's go tiny. Little plus sign. H and L. Unless we were to do something as simple as H and L. Oh, that is disgustingly simple. I wonder. Okay, hang on. All right, let's calm down. I wonder if I add a break in there, will it still look like an H and an L? Does that still look like an H or an L? I don't know. I think that's a close one, I think. Haha, it looks like H underscore. Yeah. What about this one, though? I think it needed that break, but I don't know if it looks like an H now. Definitely a bit more abstract. I'm shocked at how much I like that one, actually. Lol, says Brendan Murray. I know, yeah, I don't know. Right, let's grab it. I saw FL at first, but now I see HL. Yeah, the H is definitely the harder one to see. But then it's kind of like this one as well. You know, that doesn't look as identifiably like an L because it's lowercase. Obviously, a lowercase L and an uppercase I are identical usually. So it's, I think, like I said, it benefits from that added context. Right, let's open these up. Do you know what? Right, I'm going to throw this one over to you guys because I think they both got their pros and their cons. What do we think? We've got version 1. Ding. And then version 2. What do you guys think? 1 or 2? What should we go with? In fact, I should probably ask Lewis Hughes which one he prefers, if either. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Lewis Hughes likes 1. 2s. John Steed, obviously the number 3. There is no 3. 3. 3 is just like option 3 is they're both awful, Dan. Okay, it's pretty split, but I think probably I want to say 1, but then there's quite a lot of 2s coming in now. Oh god. Can I do a poll? I don't know if I can do a poll. 2 is more like HL. Yep, I'm going to go with 1. I think 1 might just... and that is, of course, yeah, go with Lewis's preference. So we're going to go with 1. Right, Lewis. Oh, that's exactly what I was going to ask. I was going to ask for a colour. You've given me a hex value, a very specific colour. Thank you very much. Oh, I like that. Oh, nice. That is extra punchy. Okay, right. That is such a nice colour. Let's throw this down as a nice big solid. Boom. There we go. We're going to have that as white. Where's it gone? There we go. Let's make that white. There we go. Final design. Lewis Hughes, which I'm pretty sure, I mean, it's an original for me because I did it out of my head, but someone said earlier it's the first design you get on Google, so you know. But hey, we didn't cheat today. There's no cheating, so you know, whatever. It's a coincidence. I came up with that all by myself. I'm so proud. Well done me. Oh, there we go. Popinder, hello, our lovely moderator. Sema can be a gradient transition. Oh, that would look quite nice, actually. Let's just throw in a gradient for fun. Love it. Can I buy it? Absolutely not. You can have it for free. In fact, yeah, I don't know the best way to do it, but if anyone would like these logos, like Tome, if you'd like the logo that I've done for you, like send me an email or something. We'll figure out a way to do it. Maybe hello. If I've designed you a logo on the stream and you'd like me to send you the vector file, just send me an email there, and I will get that over to you. I'm watching you while on the exercise bike. Good job. Nice. Well done, Pops. Right, let's scroll back up. Gradient transition. Yes. Let's do a gradient. I love a good gradient. So right, where's my gradient tool? Down there. Black to white. Right, let's... we've got to switch over to RGB to paste that hex value in. What I do with this is typically I'll kind of paste the same color in at both ends, like so. Then once I've got that right, then I'll kind of tweak it from there. So this one, I think I might kind of lean into going turquoise a bit more, make it a bit lighter, something like that, because that's my kind of natural inclination to do that. I mean, the gradient tool in Illustrator is so fiddly. I like what they did with the gradient tool in Photoshop is exactly what Illustrator needs. Like, this is so clunky. It's bloody tool. It's terrible. Yeah, they updated the gradient tool for Photoshop recently, and it's just so much more intuitive. Whereas I'm kind of, you have to hover around the ends here and try and, oh, this is just a bloody nightmare, this tool. Ugh, God. Yeah. Yeah, please. Please, we need this update. Oh, look at that. I mean, with a gradient, that is just magic. Mwah, chef kiss. Okay. I mean, is that a bit arrogant of me to say that about my own work? I do like that. Like, if it was rubbish, I'll be the first one to say so. But, you know, it's simple, yep. But, hey, we got a gradient. I've dropped you an email. Excellent. Thank you very much, Lewis. I will get that over to you. I'm really glad you like it. That's always a good sign. What is the difference in those gradients? They're two different colors. This one's the color that Lewis provided me with, and this one is just a, where you can see the hex value up here, A4E493. And this one's just a solid color. There's no gradient there. That is a solid, which that is an excellent color. When you sent me the color, Lewis, I was thinking, oh, is this going to be a good color? I love it. That is a lush color. That is really nice. Okay. Scroll down. I'm just catching up on the chat. Love the gradient. Confidence is key. Absolutely, confidence will get you very, very far in life. Something I'm always trying to work on myself. Deeper hue for hue. Can you include the gradients too? Yeah, absolutely. I will send the whole lot over, and it's fun. Let's just go back and have a look at the process. You know, I mean, I am a lemon, right? If I make an artboard that's 1,000 pixels wide and high, I will fill that artboard like this. If I make an artboard that is 10,000 pixels wide and high, I will just fill it exactly the same way. Whatever space I give myself, I will always fill the entire thing. Nothing needs to be this big. A good way around this to fix this is to scale strokes and effects, and now what I can do is I can safely grab everything, and it will adjust the scaling of everything, so I can actually scale it down. If I didn't uncheck that box, then it would kind of mess up all the stroke widths. Like, it would literally keep them the same. Let's just check. Yeah, all good. Right, we'll pop that up in the corner. Okay, let's do another one. Right. Let's make a 3D logo. Maybe. We'll see. Greg Walliscroft, I have little confidence with Illustrator except for text. Photoshop is so far behind with manipulating text. Ooh, speaking of Illustrator, I finally launched my first course, and it teaches everything I know in Adobe Illustrator. So that is now available. It's about 6 hours long, and it will literally teach you everything I know. And if you sign up to my email list on the homepage of Dansky.com, you get 15% off the course. There is the link for anyone who wants to learn Illustrator in about 6 hours. Right. Okay. I'm going to find another emoji. Everyone ready? If you've just joined, what we do is I'm going to call out an emoji. First person to throw it in the chat gets a logo, monogram. And obviously, if you've already had a logo design, you are disqualified. You cannot have more than one. Right. I'm just looking for an emoji. Okay, it can be either. There's a few of this emoji, but it can be either of them. It really doesn't matter. What we're going to do is type in the chat the monkey emoji. Frank A says, do you always make sure that... Oh, where's the chat gone? Do you always make sure that the colors respect the accessibility rules when you make a logo, Dansky? Not really, because... And the reason is that I've not designed logos professionally for quite a long time now. I used to do it a lot more back when I was freelancing, but I haven't freelanced since, well, like for a client per se, since 2017. And back then I was obviously like less experienced. Anyway, I was 2017, what was that? 6 years ago. And doing logos wasn't actually what people knew me for. Most of my clients knew me for either graphic design or later in my career it'd be UI design, web design, that kind of thing. So yeah, when it came to UI design, there's a lot of things like color and accessibility that you've got to consider. But for logo design has never been something I've been known for. It's never something I really promoted an awful lot. It's something that I do a lot of the time nowadays for fun. Right, who was the first monkey? We got a bunch of monkeys here. Let's scroll up. Make sure I get the right one. What do we got? Yukon Visuals. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Econ? No. Yukon? Econ? No, I read that wrong. Econ Visuals. EV. Ooh, excellent. I've got an idea for this one already. That was the first monkey, right? Let's just check. I don't want to get it wrong. The chat will get mad at me. I've never done this before. There might be a better way to do this. Maybe I think there is like a thing called Nightbot where you can randomly pick someone, so it's not just like, it's not like a speed thing, but hey, it's the first time we're doing it, so. Dan, can I give you a word or a different acronym? Yeah, if you can give me a couple of, we'll keep it to kind of monograms. So if you've got a couple of initials or an acronym, then rather than EV, yeah, go for it. Throw them in the chat and we'll... Oh, sorry, Reese. Yeah, I think it's a bit of fun. It's a bit of fun kind of doing the who can do it first. But yeah, maybe there's another way we can do this where it randomly picks someone so everyone's got an equal chance. But right. DHR. Oh, 3 letters. You cheeky sausage. Right. DHR. I bet. Is this like a client project? You've been given a project to do a logo, and you're going to get me to do it now. It's fine. You take all the credit. Well, unless it's rubbish, then definitely don't take the credit. Right, DHR. Okie dokie. Right, first of all, let's just get that 3 times. DHR. Right, lowercase as well. Let's kind of see what we're working with here. That didn't do anything. Lowercase. Oh, and obviously the more letters you add, sometimes it can make life a lot easier and make the creativity easier, and sometimes it can make it a lot harder. Oh, sorry, Reese. Yeah. You might not have technically been first, Reese, but you are top chat. You were first, top of the chat, and that's probably because you come to every single live stream, which I appreciate. I really do appreciate. Damn, he's rumbled us. Okay. I've already experimented with, so I'm curious what you can do with it. Okay. Same with the randomly not live together in misery. Okay. I'm going by what's on my chat, so I know the chat. I think we broke it the first time with the fries emoji. So, DHR, right? Okay. I mean, when you said EV, I got excited because I had an easy one for that. But DHR, right? Now this is literally what I do. I will kind of try and figure out interesting ways. Certain logos have similar shapes. One thing you can do actually is if we add a white stroke to this black text and just thicken it up a little bit, we can move these around over them, and it kind of naturally creates that cut. Do you see what I mean? So you can kind of see how it would look if there were like a separation. DHR. And then what have we got down here? Well, I mean, that could work. Ooh, hang on a minute. Hold up. I've got an idea. Right. Okay. Let's flip it around. Let's grab that. Whoa, round we go. There you go. Totally original. Oh, lazy ass designer. Look at him. Smashed it. Oh, that's funny. Hey, Kai says no need to reinvent the wheel. Nailed it, says Brendan. Next. Oh, all right, come on. All right, calm down. Calm down, Dan. Let's have a play. Let's try and not be completely, I was going to say useless, but I think lazy is probably the better word. I mean, is it wrong that I do like that? Like I really do like that. I think maybe we could probably make that look a bit more like a D and do something a bit different there. That's a bit too far, I think. Merging the H and the R like that. Just because the H has got that cut, it's pretty abstract anyway. But I do like this kind of symmetry. D. Oh, hang on. Hang on a second. Let's have a play. One bullet, 2 rabbits. Jimmy says, and we're done. Next. DH. R. That would be kind of cool. A loop of some sort. So let's join these. Now I've joined them, I get a corner I can... I got an idea. I got an idea that I think you'll like. It's unfortunate and fortunate that it's kind of similar to what I've already done. So, you know, I think I might get judged as being a bit lazy, but actually, I think you'll like what I do here. I think you'll, hopefully you'll like what I do. Let's have a play. Just give me a second, and I'll have a play with this one. Flip that up there. This is going to be a bit different, this one. We're going to use a gradient here as well. So this should be pretty cool, actually. And I'll show you why in a momento. They won't snap together, so select them both with the direct selection tool and go path average. And it will pull them both together, which is nice. And then what I'm going to do here is connect that over. Now, obviously, let's create a copy. Yeah, does that? Shall I sort of loop that under? I've got a really cool idea for a gradient with this one. I mean, yeah, I think I'm gonna probably focus on this idea. Like, I could go back to capitals and stuff, and there could be an idea there, but I think this could be quite cool, just because the lowercase letters, they flow together quite nicely, you know. It's quite abstract, I'll be honest. It is definitely a bit more abstract for sure. All right, let's bring that there. Connect that together. Awesome madness. Job done. This is nothing like the last one. I love it. Oh yeah, I think we can definitely make it more original. At the moment, it's like I don't know, a bit squiggly. Is that a bad thing? It's different, isn't it? Sometimes you can just throw it on an angle, and that kind of mixes it up a bit. Yeah, I don't know. Oh no, the idea I'm thinking, you kind of need to sort of have it flow as one, I think, for it to work. And it will make sense kind of in a minute when I kind of get to adding the gradient. Because at the moment, it, you know, the lines, they run through each other. Whereas what I actually want to create is I want this, as it comes up here, to go behind that part of the D. So I don't know, maybe... Does that look like an R though? Is Inkscape good for beginners? No idea. I don't use Inkscape. Isn't that the TikTok logo? Yeah, it's probably something like that, isn't it? My baby is loving your video, Mini Designer. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the $1.99. I appreciate that. That's amazing. What about R size? It's just smaller than the other letters like JR. Yeah, possibly. I think the problem is I could play around with the size, but I think the problem is actually how I connect them up. Okay, right. What I'll do is I'll show you what I'm doing with this, with the gradient, and then we'll go from there. Because it might look cool with the gradient, and it'd be fun to do something a bit more abstract. So I'm just expanding this, checking it's all one path. That is good. You'll get to pick a color, don't worry. I'm just kind of going to throw one in now so I can see what I'm doing. Right. So now I'm going to create a copy of this. So I've got to move this out here. And then where's my knife tool? Where are you? Right, let's make a cut. Does that cut snap? No, that hasn't snapped. Well, that's not helpful at all. So let's make a cut there. To make straight cuts, hold down Alt or Option and Shift with the knife. And that's there we go. Just Alt or Option if you want to create one on an angle. So yeah, something like that would be good. Get rid of these end pieces. And you might be thinking, Dan, why are you cutting this to pieces? And that is a very good question. Let's get rid of these bits, top and bottom. And join this up. And join this up here. I promise this will make sense in a moment. Just get rid of any stray anchor points. Now, the reason I wanted to isolate these two, if I throw a different color on them, I can hold Shift and nudge them back in. I know they're going in exactly the same spot, is because now I can add some shadows here. So let's just grab the black to white for now. Change that blending mode to multiply, and this will blend all the lighter areas into the design. We can eyedropper that one. Shadow's obviously the wrong way around, so let's flip it. Tweak the angle if I need to. Obviously we've got a hard edge here, that ain't no good. So let's bring the white back in, drop the opacity to 0. As you can see, that kind of pushes it in a bit closer. Bring the white in, opacity to 0. And I can fine tune that, but do you see what I mean? Like I've got some, it creates that kind of depth underneath. I think I will actually straighten this out. Yeah, let's straighten it out. Now I've kind of brought it back a little bit. Now I've got to try and balance this on both sides as well. At the moment it's a little bit too harsh. So if I actually bring the gradient in, do you see what I mean? It can kind of make something a bit more subtle. And I might actually just bring the black down a pinch, 70%. Now, I know I said before, like, don't use black for your shadows, and that does apply. But some colors, you can get away with it more than others. You know, so you could use a very, very dark red if you wanted. But in this example, something like this is super subtle. You kind of get away with it. Using black shadows on yellow, for example, you won't have the same kind of luck. And what we could actually do, let's, before I get too carried away with this, what are we thinking to the actual logo? My legs have turned to jelly. Excellent. Good. Good to hear it. Good to hear it. Glad to hear it. You can connect the H and the R in the same way, but oh, right. So bring the bottom up. I see what you mean. I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay. Yes, that might be it, I think. Thank you very much for that, Kai. That was excellent. Right, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I'm just going to do one thing first. Because I've added a shadow, I'm going to add like a bit of light as well. So I'm actually just going to trim this off here. Delete these points. And then just connect this up. And let's just lazily sample that same gradient. We can change the color in a minute. And again, you could use a light red. Or I could be really lazy and use white. Oh, let's use a light red. I think, what have we got? The white there. Let's go with 100%. And I mean, I'll show you with white. So, you know, you could do something. Ah, right. The blending mode is set to multiply. That ain't going to work because multiply will blend away the lighter areas. So we're going to have to set this to normal. That's a little bit bright. I think this will look much nicer if I actually go and pick a color manually. Do you know what I mean? Something... yeah, maybe something like this and just bring it up just so it kind of is the sort of top part. And I know, Sema, you were asking about 3D. This isn't technically 3D per se, but we're introducing a bit of depth here for sure. Yeah, so bring this up. Right, let's make sure we line that bottom part up. I do this all the time. They have measurement tools in Illustrator, but I just use rectangles. It's just one of those things that I've just picked up over the years. There we go. Let's unlock everything, get rid of that. Yeah, there we go. That's kind of better. That's better, I think. I mean, do we think rounding off the corners as well? Oh, yeah, that's way better. That's way better, rounding off the corners. It just, the end of the R just felt a bit weird, whereas actually I quite like that. That's all right. I can't really squish that in a bit more, can I? Okay, right. Well, I will pick a different color for the red. I want to show you what I mean. So, you know, you can see there I'm bringing that up to 88. Oops. Let's make a note of that color first. Bring it in. No, don't add new color. And then paste it. There we go. I'm not sure about this lighter color. I don't know about that. Just go for like a yellow, little yellow beacon on the end. Okay. Right, let's see what people are saying. Love the squiggly abstract vibe. Okay, well, great. If you love that, then we'll kind of stick with it. It's definitely more abstract, and it's, yeah, like I said, it's a bit of fun. We're playing around with shapes. Don't let that HR hang down so much. Okay, so I think we fixed that one. Sorry, I'm just catching up. My legs have turned to jelly. I read that already. Oh, it'd be so handy to have someone feed me questions, and I can just kind of answer. That would be really good. Poppy's flexing that she's done a workout. Good job. 30 minutes on the bike. Nice. Need some shade at the beginning and end. Yeah, maybe a little bit more depth. It's nice to add the kind of subtle shadows in. What if you give an arrowhead to the R? Don't know. Because you'd have to kind of I think you'd have to round off the arrowhead as well to kind of match the rounded aesthetic. It's amazing so far. Works great with my identity. Love the doodle abstract vibe. You're killing it, Dansky. Amazing. Oh, that's so good. Oh, I'm loving this today. This is a lot of fun. If you enjoy this kind of stuff and what we're doing today with designing logos for you guys, definitely let me know, and we'll do this more often, because I do love doing this off the cuff stuff. It's fun for me, and it keeps my skill set sharp as well, just so I don't go rusty and become a rusty old designer. Nobody wants that. Have you used the same font to start all of these? Something basic geometrically seems smart. Well, kind of, yeah. We've got the... What's the first one? Oh, the first one was a bit different, but yeah, the basic font. Yeah, I see what you mean. Do you know, I think this actually stands on its own. I know we kind of borrowed that idea, that H. I think this does stand on its own. Right. Oh yeah, I don't know about the gradient on the end. I think if I'm going to do it, the R needs one as well. So where's my knife tool? Choppy chop. There we go. Move that back up. Right. Is that snapped in place? No, that is not very helpful, Illustrator. Oh, having to eyeball that is not good. But hey, it's good enough for now. Oh, I don't know. There's something about those like little end bits that I'm not sure. What do you guys think? I agree. I think the mark is banging. Oh, amazing. Is this the last one you do today? Absolutely not. We're going to do some more. Oh my God, it's 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock. Oh, it's fine. How's it 5 o'clock? Jesus Christ. Okay, no, we'll do one more after. We'll do one more because I'm having fun, and I think you guys are enjoying it as well. So, Diggly Hoggly Roggly, nice. Yeah, I'm sure that's what it stands for. Think it's better all flat, says Solaris. Do you? Okay, yeah, maybe. Brian Visual says, I need to do a logo for a real estate company. What questions should I ask them? I am an amateur in logo design. My goodness, that is a load of questions. What questions did I ask them? Oh, good. Yeah, I think it's probably better that I stay focused on this for this stream. But that is a good question. How can I summarize that? I think the best questions to ask is to, well, firstly, ask lots of questions. Ask about their business, understand their goals as a business. You know, keep it focused on the business side of things. What is this new logo meant to achieve? And the more questions you ask and the more answers you get, definitely make a note of those answers. It's just going to give you more kind of, I don't want to say direction, but it's going to give you more information that will enable you to design something more suitable to their business. That's like the quick version. Dansky, can we make it black and white and somehow make it still work? Amazing so far. Absolutely. Right. Scrap the visuals. No color. Can we make it work black and white? Right. Challenge accepted. There. Done. So logically, like, my brain is saying, right, we need to try and add some sort of cut in there somewhere. If we're going to go solid black and white, we're going to have to either let it flow or add some cuts, but you don't want to add too many cuts. And you have to add them strategically in the right places. So as you can see here, I'm just kind of playing around with combinations. See, I'm adding 2 breaks into the D there, which kind of makes it look less like a D. So maybe one here. You know, if you, well, it's like I did earlier. Let me show you. Earlier, when I started breaking the H apart, where was it? Here. You know, I added so many breaks into the letter that it didn't become identifiable as the letter anymore. So here I've added a break in the D, and I've technically added a break in the H. So I think that works. I think that's probably the best way we're going to do it. You obviously lose the gradient out, so you don't get the kind of nice sort of, like, it was nice the way it flowed continuously. But, you know, if I'm going to take my own advice, the best logos, like, they got to work black and white as well, because sometimes they ain't going to be printing gradients. Gradients don't always print well, so you got to make it work in a variety of different scenarios. I mean, it's a bit so the highlights might not be needed. Yeah, I dig it flat too, but super sharp monogram. I prefer it flat with no gradients. Okay, does not need gradient, just my opinion. No, those are good opinions. Amazing, JJ. Why on replay you didn't show up the live chat? Oh, it's set to have the live chat on the replays. Which stream was that on? It might have been a specific stream. I'll go and have a look. Normally I set it so you can see the chat on the replay because, you know, it's it's fun and there's some good questions and good ideas that pop up as well. Oh, I meant black and white, but keeping the shadows somehow. Well, oh, sorry. I see what you mean. Right, yeah, so, okay, let's grab this one. Let's go over here. Right, so if you wanted to keep the shadows and have the logo black and white, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Right, of course the shadows are black. We can't go straight black, but what we could do is if I switch over to CMYK, let's only play around with the K, which is our black channel. This is another way, by the way, that you could achieve a single one color print. But not have any kind of clear separations. So at the moment, you know, let's go for, if I made this 80%, I'll need to add that to the gradient as well. So let's go and change the color of the gradient there. No, not RGB, CMYK. Let's make the gradient all the way black, I think. Do the same over here. Actually, let's make it 100. Make it a bit more, a bit bolder. Yeah, there we go. So that's probably a good way, actually, that you could include a gradient or something. And that is still a one color print. You know, you could print that black and white, and the gray is just a tint of that black color. And the reason a client might want to print black and white is because it's a heck of a lot cheaper. If you're printing 30,000 of something in color versus black and white, there's a big difference in cost there. Okay, what are we thinking? How about that? Maybe if we make the shadows white, kind of keeps the abstract vibe. Okay, white shadows. Yeah, because it's meant to be shadows though. I don't know if that's going to work. We'll try it. Oh, hang on, where's it gone? Oh, of course, blending modes. We'll try it, because typically you wouldn't have a white shadow, so it might look odd, but it will definitely serve the purpose of kind of yeah. So that looks weird. So another way that we could get around this is actually to grab this piece from up here. So the white shadows, they're not working. So let's get rid of them. And we could try and add it here instead. Like so. And that's another way that's it's gonna still serve the same purpose. I can't speak. As always, of creating that separation. Not entirely convinced it looks good though. That's the only problem. Let's try 0% black. Yeah, so going with, even though it's 0% opacity, the color you choose does still make a difference. So let's pull that white down a bit. In fact, actually, let's just grab that gray color. Let's grab the gray. Oh, what have I done there? What have I done? Let's not worry about CMYK nonsense right now. We're just trying to kind of find the right kind of balance. So there we go. At the end, it blends into that same color as the rest of the logo. Then we can play around with this midpoint. That's probably one way that you could do it. And that's probably a bit subtle, and you might get the... I know the accessibility police might clamp down on me there. But... yeah, I don't know. Because do you see what I'm saying? It's quite subtle. I don't know if there's enough clarity, contrast between this light bit and this dark bit. You might need to make that a bit darker. So I don't know. I feel like a combination of these two. Dansky, you should go and see a doctor. No, I don't like doctors. They always try and sell you stuff. I've not been to a doctor for a long time. Right. Yeah, it's difficult. If the logo is going to be black, it's a difficult one. So at the moment it's like a very, very dark grey. What if it tapers into the white background? When you say taper, do you mean the shape, kind of? Not like that. Tapers, or are you referring to the colour? Whoa, taperage. Here we go. It's like a lobster. What do you reckon? I love it. Click, 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 click. Calm down, Dan. Come on, stop being silly. You're not a clown. Dan loves apples. An apple a day keeps the doctors away. I do. I'm really enjoying apples at the moment. I think their pink ladies are my favourite. They're just very, very juicy. I love a good apple. Yeah, so we've got a couple versions there. I think we're gonna have to call it a day on that one, unless there's any last minute ideas. Just because I'd really like to be able to do one more before we finish. So, any final thoughts on this one? I could spend hours doing this, by the way. Like, I meant the color. Yeah, I think. If I were to taper this in, so what's that color there? Let's have a go. Yeah, I think tapering it into the white is just a bit too much. I mean, I do like that. I do like it. I think I prefer, actually. I quite like it just being slightly off black. Don't know if that's just me. Nope. Is there a way I can get it and continue the experimentation? Yeah, for sure. If anyone's just joined, Econ Visuals, if you send me an email to this address, so if I've done a design for you today, email me there and I'll send you the Illustrator file. Yeah, this is the only problem with doing this, right? Is I get started with these, I get into them, and I would literally spend hours working on all three of these and have a ton of fun doing it. But because maybe I'll carry them on off camera. Do you know what I mean? But it's good. It's good fun. It's good fun. But we're going to do one more. Right. Econ Visuals. We've got 3 versions here, sort of. Let's throw down some numbers, and then people in the chat, you can tell me what ones you like. Econ Visuals, tell me which one you like as well, and we'll try and wrap this up into something final. 1, 2, or 3. Right. What do you reckon? What are we thinking? Gil says, "Thanks for your stream, Dan. You are welcome. Thank you for joining. It's been a lot of fun." How to pronounce Dansky, by the way? Dan and then ski. It's not my real name. Dan is my real name, but it's the name I came up with for the channel. So kind of like Banksy, Dansky, you know. Ooh, we're split again. 1 and 3. Yeah, this is a divisive one. Sema says 4-3. Sema just has given a ratio. John Steed picked an actual number this time. Thank you, sir. Econ Visuals. Not sure, to be honest. I like 1 and 3. Also, you did a great job with the pronunciation of my name. Econ Visuals. Okay, brilliant. 1 and 3. Let's throw down a color. I mean, I'm guessing we're just, you asked to go kind of black and white. So I think, yeah, we'll stick with those colors, which is totally fine. Oh, yeah. Let's go with this one, right? Because it's got the gradients. It's got a bit of depth. It's a little bit different, you know. It's nice to kind of mix it up. And I think that looks cool. I think, if I'm honest, I think adding like a more vibrant color would help the gradient stand out, but you know, I think it looks cool. It's like a nice little subtle kind of, it's a subtle something, but it's nice, it's fun, it's different, it's abstract, and yeah, I had a lot of fun doing it, and hopefully you had fun being part of it as well. I like 4, but it's white. Yeah, 4's completely white. 4's the winner. Yeah, that's what we were talking about, Matteo. Yeah, like if you need to print it, I mean, you could still, this could work as a 1-color print if you go and set the colors up using just black. I think at the moment they're RGB because I was just messing around. So that would still work as a 1-color print. But it's like, I think the, if I'm honest, the best logo designs could work in solid black. Just boom, 100% black. It's ideal. And like we did before, you know, you could play around with some cutout ideas here. I think that works. I think it, you know, that could work and it's got potential. You know, if you wanted to add some, colors, I think you could do something quite cool. Oh, not like that. Do you know what I mean? That doesn't really work actually, and that's a good demonstration of why you shouldn't do that, because now it looks like D squiggle, whereas actually when it's 1 color, the H stands a chance. When you specifically highlight the D, that ain't an H anymore. So got to be careful with color. But yeah, I'm really happy with that, and hopefully you are as well. So yeah, shoot me an email and I will get that one over to you. Okay. Maybe with the cut is a better compromise. Yeah, possibly. I think that would be another one. Is the cut would work in solid black, and design wise, I'm happy with the cut as well. But you know, this one's in the name of creativity and our love of gradients, or my love of gradients. We'll go with this one. So yeah, hopefully Econ Visuals, you enjoyed that. And one of the hardest parts of graphic design is knowing when to stop, since there's no real answer. That is very true. Yeah, we just we keep going. I'm thinking you also need to put it in a dark background in the web. The shadow is a bit difficult to put with good contrast. Yeah, that would be a difficult one. That would be one that would need quite a lot of consideration, so it doesn't cause accessibility issues. But right, back to the chat. I like your cut, G. Thank you very much. Right, back to the chat. If you are just joining, what we do is I'm going to call out an emoji. Everyone fires it in the chat as fast as possible. The person who is first gets a logo. Okay. Right. This one's a bit different. This is a bit different. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry, everyone. I've been looking at the top. I've had mine set to top chat. Oh, sorry. That's probably been confusing, actually. I see what you were saying now. I think I've been set to top chat. rather than live chat. Right, I'm going to switch that to live chat. Because I think it serves me messages up in a certain order. I thought I was already set to live. So, you know, the whole stream's probably been completely unfair now. But I'm on live now. Okay, so... Okay. Right, let's find... Oh, there we go. That's the one. Okay, right. Everybody post in the chat. Whoever's first will get a logo. Monogram. And what I want you to post is a mushroom. Hey, Mike Phelps. Very good, sir. Very good. We'll definitely have to figure out a better way to do this. I do quite like the rush, but... Michael, well done. So are we going to be going with MP? Or have you got any other initials that you'd like me to work with? Oh. MP has always been a tough one. What do you think? Should we try it? Should we go out with a bang? This is going to be our last one for today. Right, let's scale. We'll pop that in the corner. Because apparently I need all this space. Like I said earlier, I expand to fill the space for some daft reason. Yes, sir. Okay. All right, do it. MP. Challenge accepted. There we go. Done. Right, thanks everyone for joining the live stream. It's been fantastic. Ooh, what's going on with that M? Oh, I have never noticed that before. What? That's not right. That does not look like Satoshi Black. That can't be right. Surely not. No, surely I would have noticed that. That is disgusting. I have a feeling something's gone a bit funny. I'm gonna reboot Illustrator because I think something might have gone a little bit wonky there. I'm just gonna be on the safe side. Okay. That font designer got away with something. What? No. Oh no! I know what it is. Sorry, it's my fault. Oh no. Right. Apologies, font designer. It's because I've got a white stroke. I sampled the text from before. I think there is a little kink actually. It's a very subtle rounded kink. It was the white stroke though that was causing all sorts of problems. Right. My fault. I'm the idiot. Anyway, MP. Of course, let's lowercase this as well. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, there could be something in that. M and the P. I mean, it kind of seems like a bit of I don't know, a bit of an easy win to kind of, do you know what I mean? Like we've done this already. Like M and P. But I feel like that's just a little bit too, yeah, we've already kind of done that sort of cutting out thing with some of the others, you know? My initials are RMP. Letters are hard to combine. Wow, yeah, that's a tricky one. Right, M and P. Okay, let's have a think. Let's have a think. I mean, there is a style of P that I quite like that I have done before, and that is kind of where you actually sort of start to cut away bits of letters like this. And could we block out maybe this part? Could we have the M go up there? So just to mock up what I'm on about, something like that. Whoa, calm down, Dan. Maybe that could work. Or another idea is, could we put a P in here? Ooh, that could be cool. Yeah, that could be cool. I reckon I could make that work. Right. Let's go. Where's my line? I can't be bothered to draw a line again, so I'm just going to grab this one. All right, let's go and build the M. I'm going to chunk this. Oh, actually, no. I don't know if I can make this too chunky because I've got to get that P in there as well. So let's do that there. I'm going to have to bring this down quite low. How are we looking there? Yeah, see, this is going to be the challenging thing because I don't have a lot of space to work with. I feel like I can get that to work. That's why I said if I had to make it smaller. If I make it too chunky, that middle P isn't going to work. It'd be nice if I could get it all kind of the same weight. Ideally, that would be nice. Did you see what I'm going for here? Whether it works or not, here's another thing entirely. Now I would need to extend this one down, and I'd probably cut this here. So the P would be a bit stumpy. But it would be a P nonetheless. Possibly. Ew. Align MP in the middle with a berry blue color. That is very specific. Just try M wide. AF could be cool. Just try M wide. Oh, M wide. I read that as AF then. I'm like, what does AF mean? What, just like this? No. Yeah, so this is looking pretty angular, right? So I think if I were to do this, my instinct is to try and have a little bit of continuity with the angles. It will make it look again like a Spartan helmet or something. But yeah, there's definitely an idea here. I mean, obviously there's an idea here, but there's a specific thing I'm kind of imagining in my head, and I don't know if it's quite there yet. It's all right. That's fine. That's yeah, this is feeling a bit too angular and aggressive to me. Thick contour. Dansky, in the next one, could you make, please, with AK? Well, this is the last one for today, because I need to go and get some dinner. The P-belly maybe should be square instead of triangle. Yeah, that's the thing. There's not enough space to really kind of get the triangle there, unless I were to do something like this, which is still very angular, very kind of heavy metal. I don't know. There could be an idea here, actually. Doo-doo. We could do something pretty wild here. This is good as well, because it's some of these logos are very typical of what I would normally do. Some of them aren't. They're really kind of pushing me to think very creatively. Oh, what about, hold up a second, let's rotate this. Let's have a specific angle. We'll go with 20 degrees. Flip that up there. Make that 0.5 blue color. And what about, in fact, let's select those while I'm doing it and go, where are you? Make guides, so I can make some guides out of those. What about if I did something like this? M. I've probably made that a bit wide, actually. And then I'm going to go down here just so I can snap to that guide and then pull it back up. And I want to extend that. Always extend in outline mode, because then you can see it snaps, so I can extend exactly along that line. Yeah, let's thicken this up and go back to black. Just using those guides really kind of help me get the perspective right. And obviously I'm gonna have to, let's just pull these down. I'm gonna trim these off them myself. So we'll sample that piece there, make it white. Mike Phelps. Phew. Maybe. I might be onto something here. I hope I am. Right, got to try and bring that in a pinch. Let's see. How far can I chunk this up? Oh yeah, I might just trim a little bit away there. Oops, no, not that one. Let's just cut a little piece away. Might make the P look a bit more interesting, maybe. I don't know, could we join this together? I mean, obviously it's uppercase letters, isn't it? So you wouldn't typically join them together, but it kind of makes it flow as a kind of nice sort of one little squiggle, maybe. This as well. This spiky bit here feels like it needs a cut. Right, white. Ooh. Ooh, don't know actually. It might need that point. Not sure. What are we thinking? What are we thinking, chat? Def Leppard vibes. So look at the Def Leppard logo. Def Leppard logo. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean, yeah. Yeah, a little bit like that. M always wanting to look metal out there. I really like the P tucked above the M. I did as well. Yeah. Okay, well, let's go back and play around with that some more. I just got to figure out how to kind of create more space. If I can get the P in there looking right, I think it will look sick. I think it really will look cool. Oh, that looks awesome. I love that. Wow, that was a happy accident, wasn't it? Whoops. God, that is bizarre. I literally just thickened the stroke up by 10 points and now I love it all of a sudden. God, this design life. It's a funny old life, isn't it? Right. Okay, let's shrink you down. That does look pretty metal. In fact, actually, I love that on its own, but obviously I know we've got a P to get in there. We've got a P as well, but I love that on its own for some reason. There is something about that I really like. I think you're on the right track with this concept. Okay. Should they cut, match the other angle, bottom left to upper right, like bottom of those letters? Yeah, maybe. I think... Yeah, my inclination is usually to kind of try and match angles, but there's something about that one, bizarrely, that I am really drawn to. And I couldn't tell you exactly what it is. I just love that giant M on its own. Very odd. I mean, I suppose I could make the P narrower, but I don't know. Let's try anyway. Just before I write that idea off, let's give it a go. Do 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 do. Yes, I try to keep things the same sort of width if I can, but I just don't know if that's going to work here. Is that a P? Okay, well, I love the M. I mean, what do you guys think to the M, or am I just a bit crazy for the M? It cuts the height, it's cool. Dansky, where's the smooth tool? The smooth tool is under the pencil tool, or actually sometimes it'll be the shaper tool. I've got rid of my shaper tool because it's rubbish. But yeah, the smooth tool is under the pencil tool or the shaper tool. I've set a custom shortcut because it doesn't have one by default. So go up to edit, keyboard shortcuts, and you can assign one there. Highly recommend it because it's a very useful tool. Maybe make the M more square in terms of height versus width, and then turn it 45 degrees clockwise and fit the P in there. Make the M square. Right, let me see if I've understood that correctly, Mark. So, I mean, that looks good as well. That does look good as well. I think it's the M dipping below the baseline that I actually really love. Okay, right. Oh, that is a good looking M. That is a fantastic M. Right. Okay. Let's stick with this. Let's stick with this. Okay, so there is this the M that I'm just for some reason obsessed with. And then what was it you said? Mark more square in terms of height versus width. And then turn it 45 degrees and fit the P in there. Turn it 45 degrees. I'm not sure if I understood that correctly, where the P is going to fit. Oh, I just love that M. I can't remember the last time I was so struck by a single letter. It just looks flooping awesome. Anyway, let's carry on. I'm getting distracted now. Right, P. We've got a P to get in there somewhere. See, that's the thing now. I've fallen in love with the M and I've penciled myself into a hole. And sometimes you do this, you'll go down a particular route and you'll like bang your head against the wall trying to get a concept to work. And in the end, the realization is you just got to put it in reverse and go back a few steps. I wasn't planning on the bromance with that particular M shape. You can see E and 3 on the M. I had to go find the smooth tool. It wasn't with the preset. It wasn't with the preset ones in pencil. If I remember correctly, I went to the 3 small dots. Oh, okay, yeah. So if you can't see it for whatever reason, the smooth tool, 3 dots at the bottom, and there are all of your tools right there. And if you go and reset your tool set to the advanced one, it'll add everything into this toolbar on the left. I've kind of customized mine a bit because there's quite a few tools that I don't use. So everything you see on the left here, that's what I use all the time. P. Oh, how am I going to get that in? I've kind of stuck myself in a corner now. So like I said, I've got an M that I'm really happy with, but I've got to figure out how to get a P in there as well. How can we do this? Come on, Dan. Think. Thinkity think. I mean, keeping with the super metal vibe. Nope, let's not do that. Holy macaroni, you're still on. Absolutely. We're doing the last one now. That works. Yeah, like there's something, if I could get the angle to kind of cut through here, the same on the M. You see this bit here, if I could get that angle looking good, I'd be really happy with that, but I don't know. As soon as I start pulling the M apart, you can see it kind of screws up everything else, really. Unless I were to shrink this down, go with a small M, and then the P could be really tall and the angle could kind of cut through. Like a oh no, that looks a bit, that looks crap. Oh no, that's desperation there. Let's get back. Leave the perfect M alone. Is it just me that loves that M, or do other people enjoy the M as well? Like, or is it really just me? M holding a flag, yeah, kind of. M with the alignment, M with alignment with the slant of the P. Yeah, it's a difficult one. about a regular P? Yeah, see, that's not working, but I could add a couple of cuts there. I need these letters to kind of feel like they kind of match. At the moment, they don't. This one's kind of square and then sharp. This one is like angled. Well, that's angled. If I were to pull it over here, I'd say, yeah, maybe something like this. It's a bit more, there's a bit more synergy there between the different characters. What about if I pull this down? Pull this one down as well. Ooh, maybe. Possibly. Let's give it a white little hat on top. See how that looks. Oh, yes, there could be something in that, I reckon. I mean, I'm not sure what music you're into, Mike, but hopefully you're not averse to a bit of metal. I think it is. It's just M. M is just going to look very kind of sharp, spiky, and metal. I like the M. The M is fantastic. Okay, it is a nice M. Right, I've not gone mental. The M is a good M. I wasn't sure if I just gone a bit bonkers there. Right, I kind of need to match this, so I'm going to just select that with the direct selection tool, grab this line, and then flip it, just so I know I've got my angles exactly the same. So these are perfectly symmetrical now. And let's line these two up like so. Let's average those points just so they are definitely on top of each other, and I can join them together, which creates the spikiness. And then I'm just paying attention to the width here as well. So I want that width on both of these shapes to be exactly the same. So again, I'm using random boxes. And you can see they're slightly off. So how am I going to fix that? That's a good question. This is the part of the stream where I just start muttering to myself. Right, let's grab the pen tool, add another point there. Oh no, that's going to change the angle, isn't it? Oh no, not by much. No, that's fine. There we go. I just added an extra point there just to give me that shape. Okay, yeah, we'll put a pin in that one and then copy it and drag it on. Does the rest of the design need to have angles? I don't know. If I start introducing more angles here and into the bottom of the M, this angle is going to come into play here as well. And ideally, it would have been nice. It would have been nice to get all the angles consistent. Because what's this one here? I've got to find out what angle that is. Okay, 40 degrees. Right. 40 degrees. It kind of looked nice without the top of the P being cut off, as it matches the extra part the M has. That is a good point, actually. That's a very good point. Oh, I've messed it up now. Yeah, maybe. Okay, maybe we'll revisit that then. Whoa. Oh, hang on. I think I've messed it up now. Ah, again. Double anchor points. Got to watch out for them. 2 anchor points on top of each other. do you know what? Yeah, you might have a point, actually. Maybe there is something oddly correct about the point actually exceeding the baseline here and the cap height here. I don't know. Yeah. Like, my natural instinct is to kind of level these two out, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm really enjoying the stream. Nice job. Amazing. Oh, really good. I'm glad to hear it. Kind of reminds me of the Metallica logo, says Pupinder. Yes. Yeah, it really does. Maybe that's why I like it so much. Would it be a good idea to make the right leg of the M a lot thinner from the left one and put the P close to it? I don't know. I don't know about varying the width of different parts of the letters. I feel like there's a slightly more, I don't want to say clever, but I feel like there is a solution here where we can keep all the letters the same width. Himanshu says, which workspace layout do you use? I just use a custom one. So I've got this set up here. And normally layers are tucked alongside properties. So I've just got my properties and appearance ones here. Layers, I've kind of thrown them on the left, very kind of Figma and XD. I've kind of got this layout going as well because sometimes when I record videos, or new videos at least, I appear on camera in the corner, so there's a space there, so I'm not covering anything that's part of the design. And then these panels up here, color swatches and gradient, they're just the ones I use quite a lot. So yeah, that's why the layout is this way. Dansky, ever do a viewer challenge to have viewers submit logo design concepts for a request and you can critique submissions? Oh yeah, we used to do the challenges. We've not done them for a long time. We did I think we did a dimension one, a 3D challenge, and we did a Photoshop one. But yes, absolutely, that is a really good idea. Maybe we should do that. We'll do a competition or something soon with a prize, because they're always I love them. I love them, and it's so nice to see everyone's work and like the creative ideas people come up with. Kind of it's just so inspiring. It really is. Love the last one. Okay, Michael Phelps. What are we thinking about this one? Is there something oddly satisfying about that P extending over the cap height? I don't know. Maybe that's it. I'm not sure. What do we think? My natural inclination, as I said, is to kind of try and line things up, but maybe that's a good suggestion. Can you make the right leg of the M white space to make the start of the P and then leave the triangle front? Yeah, maybe we could do that. Oh, I see what you mean, actually. That's kind of like what I did at the beginning with the letters. See, at the beginning I said I wanted to try and avoid doing that, but because this actual design has it's branched out into its own thing, I think we probably could try taking some cues from the other design. All right, let's expand this. It's fine to expand it because I'm pretty happy with the stroke weight. I don't know. See, the problem now is because it's closer and it's part of the M, these angles, the whole design is very vertical, horizontal, and then the angle. And these angles are totally different. So there's something there that isn't working. Kai says yes to the challenge. That would be great fun. Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely do one. Thanks for your creative playtime. Adults need playtime too. We bloomin' well too. Especially when you got kids. I'm torn on it extending so high, but maybe it's my OCD. Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel exactly the same. Like I said before, my inclination was to kind of slice the top off, keep it straight, and then someone suggested actually maybe you're kind of doing the same thing as the M, and I don't know, just feels a bit naughty, right? I mean, maybe we. I think the last one has more character. Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree, actually. I think it has that character. Love it or hate it. Yeah, maybe if the P right edge pops out like the M descends, that could be consistency. Yeah, I know. It's a funny one, isn't it? Been watching for about half an hour. Has anyone noticed a typo in the title of the live stream? Oh, God, is there a typo? Have I put a typo? Don't tell everyone. I'll go and look at it. What's the... Oh, I've got to look at it now. Hang on. Bloody typo. Right, hang on. Let's go and watch my own stream. Where's the typo? Let's have a look. What have I put? Wait, there's no typo. Designing you logos for free. Yeah, that's no typo. Unless I've forgotten how to read. Which is quite possible. Oh no, it's not meant to be your. It's meant to be like I'm designing you logos. That was that was the thought. I suppose, yeah. Probably not the best English on my part. All right, now make the right leg of the M white. Okay, let's give it a go. Give it a go. Biddy 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 biddy. Right. Oh no, come back. I haven't forgotten the spiky P. I'm just kind of experimenting with this idea that somebody has just very kindly suggested. Ooh. Maybe. This is really difficult. You know, maybe actually, yeah, you need to kind of extend this up. Oh no, it looks like a bit of a mess actually. Don't know. This is really conflicting. Yeah, there's something about this that I like, but I feel like I want to fix. I really want to just get rid of the P and just have the M, but that kind of feels like cheating a little bit. Oh my God, it's nearly 6 o'clock. Earlier I was thinking like, oh yeah, I'll just stream for an hour today, you know. Got videos and things to crack on with, and now it's like, yeah, 2.5 hours later. That wasn't going to happen, was it? Da 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 da. Really tall M. Unless I make that. Now that is very Def Leppard. The MP struggle is real. I know this is, but the thing is, I feel like we're almost there. I feel like the right design that has this beautiful M is almost there. Now match the angle of the P. Yeah, the angles. Oh yeah, that's what's bugging me, is these angles, man. These angles are just, they're not having it, are they? Oh, this is giving me Batman vibes now. If I could get that angle matching, it'd be fine, but and now they're not in line anymore. Oh God. Oh, this is horrible. It feels like everything I'm trying, like, it's just not quite right, and then I'll try one thing and it kind of scuppers another idea. The M looks like Batman's head. Yeah. God, yeah, Jesus Christ. The struggle is real, Mike. It really is. about? I was just thinking like maybe stacking them. I don't know. Oops. Maybe rather than trying to kind of force them to be side by side, there's a design where they could be stacked. Let's try it. Let's try it, because I think if this design is, I think this will drive us all completely nuts. So yeah, in the interest of everyone's sanity, especially mine, let's try and go vertical. Right, what are we doing then? Vertical, vertical. Ah, yes, that's the one I want. That's why it's always good to keep a fully editable version of all your lines and everything, just in case you want to make some changes like this. Right. P. Pull this out. So I've kind of got an inclination to pull this out, just to kind of keep the, what I'm going to do is I will add a little kink here. So I will kind of do this, add this middle point and then pull it down. Oop. Okay, I'm going to do that a bit more. Oh, this is difficult. Well, you said you wanted a challenge, Dan, so quit your whining, boy. Oh no, I've made another M. That's no good. Okay, right, hang on. Stop it, calm down. Right. The way I'm going to get that to work is I'm going to have to not mess around with that path and manually take a chunk out of this piece here. Like that. So I kind of maintain the integrity of the P, like sort of structurally. And then I could bring this over here. MP, masterpiece. The Amber Nectar is calling. I know, I'm still going, John. I'm still going. I mean, if I didn't have other things to do, I think I would just, like, that's the thing. Like, when I enjoy doing something, I will literally just do it for many, many hours without stopping. Probably to the detriment of my own health, because it's, you know, you've got to take breaks and get outside. Right. Ah, see, the P doesn't feel like it matches the M. The M is spiky, the P is not spiky. Not spiky enough. MP is hard. I might try it on my own for fun. Yeah, definitely do. Definitely do. I think there's probably some easier MP ideas, like, and this is what I was talking about. You know, we've got lowercase here. We didn't even really explore that. I think I could have probably sketched this out in a bit more detail. In fact, oh, right. Yeah, so this is kind of good that this has happened, actually. I've made a pretty colossal mistake by doing this, and I did kind of touch on it earlier briefly. I've pigeonholed myself into a corner now where I'm stuck with an M that I've fallen in love with, like mad love to the M, and I'm trying to force a P into the M, which ain't gonna work. it's probably not going to work anyway. But actually, if I really want to get that P back in the top, because I know Mike said that he did like that at the beginning. If I want to get the P back in the top, I just have to start with much thinner lettering. So yes, I am abandoning the M. But with much thinner lettering, I can achieve what I want to achieve, hopefully. I just became so, I'm sorry, I became so fixated on that M. Madness. And then let's add a white bit, because at the moment it's not identifiable as a P really. Bit more of a P there. Is that an M and a P? You foreshadowed it. Here we go, back to basics. Review people's MPs on Tuesday. Yeah, we'll do that. That'd be funny. Everyone has to design an MP monogram, and then we'll maybe that'd be a competition. We'll call it the Mike Phelps competition. Seeing as you kind of you started this, sir. Here we go, back to basics. This P atop is the magic, even though the M was an amazing accident. Yeah, maybe I'll keep that M in my back pocket for something. I don't know. I'll just have this like fantastic M ready to go. Ah, yeah, that was it. That was it. That was literally the very first kind of proper concept. But what I did, this is the mistake I made, was before I obviously, you know, fell in love with the custom M, was I made it too thick. I made it too thick. I didn't give myself enough space. I couldn't create a P that I was happy with, that had a long enough descender that was identifiable as a P. And then I, you know, obviously the M happened and the rest is history. And because that happened, I completely forgot that actually all I had to do was just make the whole thing thinner. Not like that, but let's try and get it back. Let's just see what happens actually. If I just grab this design. Yeah, look at that. All I had to do was make it a bit thinner, and I actually had a P there that I could have worked with. What an idiot. Well, we've had fun. We've gone through this process, and you know, right. I think yeah, I think tucking the P in the M is a pretty good idea if we can get it to look cool. So maybe yeah, just get these angles right. That's not really a P now though, so I think it might have to, tell you what it might have to do. It might have to cut away this part. That's interesting. Yeah, so that's a double cut. You remember earlier on I was saying about you shouldn't really cut the letter twice because it becomes hard to identify. I think it's fair to say this is very still clearly an M, even with a double cut on the M. Maybe one cut's the way to go. I quite like that. It's kind of got like a weird sort of, I don't know, like a maze kind of vibe to it. I have MM. You lose the love for M when you only have one letter. It's all right. It's all right, Mark. I got you covered. We'll just M. M. There we go. Job done. Okay, right. Oh. Home stretch. Home stretch. My dinner is calling. My dinner's calling. Right. I think this is it. Conceptually, I think this is it. I feel like I'm on the home straight now. We've just got to get the spacing consistent, because of course we do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make these red. Actually, just it makes it a bit easier to see what the what is going on there. Illustrator, don't you start messing around with me now. You start messing around. I've come this far. Right. Yeah, no, I'm confident. This design, this is the one now. So I'm gonna put a little bit of focus on spacing and stuff. Normally I don't want to focus on that too much while I'm kind of conceptualizing the ideas, but I'm pretty sure this is it. But got to get that spacing right. Cannot critique everyone on Tuesday and then break my own rules. Ain't acceptable, is it? So, rightio, let's get that in there. That's a bit small now, so let's nudge that up. It's just one of those habits I picked up. I just use basic shapes of bright colors as my guides. You know, at least while I'm kind of coming up with the design, you know, eyeballing it is fine at this point. If I was sending it off to a client, I would sometimes recreate certain shapes mathematically so you get that precision. Right. And what about you coming up there? There we go. And then there was just one more cut, wasn't there? So that one there. Just to cut the bottom. And that's just the scissor tool I'm using to make cuts, by the way. Obviously a bit of jank there, but we'll sort that out. We'll sort that out. That isn't it, is it? No, it was joined the other way. There we go. That's the one. I think that's kind of subjective, you know, whichever way you do it. Personally, that one feels like... Well, I don't know. I do like that one. Hang on. Let's side-by-side them. Right, chat, you're up. Okay, chat and mic. Oh, okay. I already know which one's my favorite. Because I'm not a fan of the other one, but we'll see. Let's throw it out to you and to Michael. 1 or 2? What do you reckon? Alex, you can't keep typing 1. You only get 1 vote. 1. Okay. Seems pretty conclusive. Go on. Who's gonna be funny and say 3? Huh? That's good. I like 1 as well. Admit it, Dan. You love envelopes. Oh yeah. Oh, we did an envelope the other day on stream, didn't we? Maybe I do. Maybe I got a secret thing for envelopes. Great. 5. All right, Alex, we're going to go with version 5. I love version 5 as well. I like 2. Yeah, no. One's my thing, and there we go. There's enough 1s in the chat that validate my opinion. Right, there we go. 1 it is. Yeah, it definitely feels more like a maze. Right. Finally, Mike. We got there. So, yeah, we can't really split this into 2 colors because just nope. So, pick a color, sir. Any color you like. Hex values, ideas, oranges, reds. Just shout a color out, and we'll try and make something work. have a funny feeling the angle might be ever so slightly off there. There we go. How about a purple? 7258C1. Ooh, purple. Very nice, very luxurious. Let's try it. Shape builder tool. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Ba-dum. Hey, works for me. I'm just glad we got something. I do quite like it. I do like that. I do like that. I kind of want to try it with a big block of purple as well, just to see how it looks. Right. Yeah, I feel like this is the kind of logo that's like a lot thinner as well. I feel like it would really benefit from a white background. It would just really kind of stand out, at least when kind of presenting on a solid color. So that one there. Let's get rid of that. Copy that over. Line it up. And let's just do like a reverse and see how we're looking. What we thinking on the purple, guys? How about you, Mike? What do you reckon? That's turned out all right. I think if I'm honest, I'll probably carry on a bit more. Maybe, you know, there's quite a lot of space in the middle of that purple. I probably could thicken it up a bit more and just see how it looks a little bit thicker as well. But I do like what we've done, even though it is now being compared to an envelope. Let's just pretend that, Michael, you're starting an envelope email app or something. If you are starting a new email provider or something, hey, just close that bottom off. You've got your logo sorted. Yeah, what do we think? Both are readable. I like it. Navy blue. Wow, great. Yes, purple would be nice too. I think purple would look better with the thick M. Let's go back to that for white. Yeah, let's try the purple on the M actually. Chunky M. I think because it looks so metal, I would probably go with black and red. That would be my like inclination, because it just looks so aggressive. Like if I just throw this behind here, I probably would just, you know, do the M in red. No, it would be something like that. I'm gonna keep that just for a rainy day. I don't know what that means, but I like it, so we're gonna keep that to one side. We'll pop it over there. It's kind of reminding me of Netflix, actually, like Netflix. I don't know. Exactly my thought. Purple background. Shorter legs on the M. Yeah, I was just thinking that actually. When people kept saying it looked like an email icon, I was thinking, well, it looks a bit tall for an email icon. But yeah, what if we just kind of shorten it down on the M? Yeah, that's probably a good shout, actually. I mean, we could even go the full way and just chop off the bottom part of the M. Why not? Oops. There you go. I don't know if that's a bit... don't know about that. No, I'm not a fan of that. But there's the shorter version, yeah, I think that's definitely the way to go. Definitely. Let's throw you out there. Go on, get out of here. Yeah, I like that. Good suggestion. Very good suggestion. We're edging closer to a more square envelope. That's pretty cool. And I think if that was an app icon actually as well. Let's just app icon this up for a second on the black. I think it's the kind of thing that would make a pretty decent icon. Hey, there we go. I like that. That works. That works. Trevor McDougall, my first live. Love your videos, Dansky. Amazing. Welcome, Trevor. Thank you so much. Are my chats landing? I'm getting endless errors. No, we're getting them. We're getting them, I think. Hopefully. Oh, is YouTube glitching? Oh, goodness, YouTube. Come on, sort it out. Blooming social media. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder why my comments are getting blocked. I'm writing a question. Yeah, that's not me. I think YouTube might be that might be YouTube giving me the hint to kind of call it a day now because it's been about 2.5 hours and I need and want some dinner. But let's just quickly recap. We started with M and P. That was a bit of an easy one. I didn't want to go down that because we've done that sort of style already. I mean, that could have worked. There could have been an idea there, maybe. Not that. That obviously looks like a 5-year-old drew it. I did quite like this idea as well. I like that idea, but I think Mike was he liked the P in the M. So, you know, there is another idea there with perspective, but we went back to the M and the P. I fell in love with an M, unfortunately, to my own detriment, because then obviously this entire mess happened over here, although it did produce a lovely M, let's be honest. That is excellent. We won't talk about that. That was a waste of time. And yeah, ultimately we ended up back here. You guys voted 1/2. Mike said purple. We did purple. And yeah, I'll just zoom in and stop moving all over the place for a second, but this is where we ended up. The logo reversed out of a purple. This is excellent. Thanks, Dan. I have thanked you 50 times, but everything is getting blocked. I'm going to go to end the stream and it's going to go, thank you, 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 thank you. Amazing. Of course, Mike, like everybody else, if you drop me an email and you'd like me to send you that logo, shoot me an email there and I'll ping you the vector file. Sorry, I think the chat's catching up now. Loads of messages are flying in. The app icon is fire, says Reese. Awesome. Yeah, it's the kind of thing that works, doesn't it? I think, Mike, you're going to have to just kind of come up with an email app now or something. Thanks again for this beautiful post. Beautiful with the shorter legs. Definitely. I think that was you, Kai, that suggested the shorter legs version. Thank you. That's that was a really good shout. And hopefully here, you know, you can see, obviously I've eyeballed this entire thing, but on the Tuesday when I'm reviewing designs, the things I'm talking about is the spacing, you know, trying to get that kind of width consistent. It's slightly off here, but it's the white lines, the gaps between them. If they're going to be the same, they've got to be exactly the same. If they're going to be really different, then make that difference obvious. Otherwise, it just kind of looks like it looks a little bit sloppy if the lines are almost the same thickness, but they're slightly off. Maybe that's just me. That's I'm like a hawk when I'm looking at designs. That's the sort of thing I pick up on. Dansky, are you hungry? Yeah, well, when I started the stream, my stomach was rumbling. I don't know if you could hear it on the microphone, but it was like, oh, goodness, I am hungry. It's nice, but I didn't see the MP without being told, says Keenan. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is always the problem, unfortunately. Some logos are a bit more abstract and symbolic, you know. But where's my phone? Let's have a look. Yeah, like if you were looking at this on, let's say, an iPhone, you would have the name of the app underneath the icon, so it wouldn't just sit on its own. There would always be the name of the app alongside the icon, so there would be that context. But it just depends. You know, if you had this on its own at the top of, let's say, a letterhead, or you had just the logo on a business card, and you didn't actually have the name of the company or anything with it to give it that context, yeah, people might pick up your business card and be like, who are you? What's your name? I saw what was it? I saw an ad somewhere the other day. I can't remember where I saw it. It might have been a flyer or something someone had posted through the door, and it had all the information about their company and their contact information, but they didn't actually put the name of their business. And I was like, who are you? Like, what are you called? So that was a bit funny, but oh, wow. I mean, look at that. 6,000 pixels squared, and I just design just big gaps all over the place. Yeah, it's fun. I've had fun today. It's good to look back at this as well. We started here and we did one for Tome, also known as the thesis, T and T. Then we had Lewis Hughes over here. LH, Lewis Hughes, with a nice gradient. Oh, lovely color suggestion, Lewis. That was fantastic. And then over here, this one was from Econ Visuals. We had DHR, and we had some nice gradients in there as well, which was fun. Always good. And then lastly, the toughest one of them all, we had Mr. Mike Phelps, which actually turned out to be. I'm pretty happy with that, actually. I think this one definitely required the most work from me and input from everybody on the stream, and I think that extra time definitely paid off. It definitely did. Whew! Okay, that was a lot of fun. Hopefully you enjoyed this one as well. Thanks for the stream and the logo. Just sent you an email. Okay, cool. If you guys who I've designed logos for, if you send me the emails, I will do that either later today or tomorrow. I will try and get around to it. I'm going to eat some food now because I'm really hungry. I'd buy it, lol. That's funny. You can sleep well tonight. The MP nut has been cracked. What, the logo nut, or are you the nut? I don't know which one. Email coming. Excellent. Fantastic. Oh, wow. This has been really fun. Really, really fun, guys. Right. Yeah, maybe we do this again next week. I don't know. Maybe that'll be something you'd enjoy. Will you show the branding around the logo too? No, this is just kind of really focusing on combining those letters in interesting ways. Yeah, if it was a logo, you know, you'd have text and other bits and bobs with it. But Snacks. Awesome as always. Dansky voice soothing. Like digital Bob Ross. Thank you very much, Snacks. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. A ginger Bob Ross. Minus the curly hair. Would you make this with a grid if you had to remake it? Yeah, for sure. If I was like, this is the final logo design, there would be like S-tier precision here. It just would. It just would. Everything would be tight. The curves would be perfect. In fact, I'm just watching the stream now. I think there's a massive delay. There is a really big delay because looking at the stream, I'm still talking about the M. So I don't know. Maybe YouTube's having a bit of a funny at the moment. Oh, amazing. Right. I'm watching this stream now, and I think I'm still talking about the M, and that was like several minutes ago. So I think there might be a massive delay. So I'm going to say goodbye now, and I'll be back on, I think it's Tuesday next week, 3 p.m. BST for design review. I've got way too many designs to review at the moment as it is. You can submit a design if you like, but I've got a lot. Yeah, I've got a lot. There's a link on the last live stream from a few days ago. But yeah, I've got so many to do. I try and get through so many and then more pop up. But yeah, it's been fantastic. Alok says DHR looks mostly a wormly squiggle. It's definitely different. Oh, amazing. I hope you enjoyed it, Kai. Thank you. Thank you, Reese. Cheers, Keenan. And thank you very much, Mike, Sema, The Archaic Way, everyone for joining. You've all been absolutely fantastic. Have a great rest of your week and a fantastic weekend. And I will see you next week. All right. Goodbye.